Hey everybody, this is Avish Parashar, and what I want to talk about here in this video today is how and why anyone can perform improv comedy and apply the tools of improv comedy to their own personal and professional life. Sometimes you see an improv comedian and they're going really fast and they're thinking on their feet and they're being very funny, and it seems like something that you're either born with or you can't learn how to do. In fact, one of the most common comments I would get after an improv comedy show is people would say, "Oh, I could never do that." And really, it depended on how in-depth of a conversation I wanted to have with them, what I would say back. A lot of times I would just take the compliment and move on. But if I really want to chat with them, what I would say is anyone can do this. We, as improvisers, have just practiced and developed a series of reflexes. And one way to illustrate this is with this learning model I came across a few years ago that I think helps explain how we learn things, and it really applies to learning improv and the tools of improv. So in order to explain this, I'm going to use my very, very high-tech electronic white pad that I use. It's called a self-standing whiteboard. And what I'm going to do here is there are 4 stages of learning. And the first one, and I'm going to go through them and then you'll see how this can apply to people learning improv comedy. The first one is a stage called unconscious incompetence. I. And what unconscious incompetence means is, incompetence means you don't know how to do something. Unconscious means you're not even aware. Like, you can't even think about it. So, means you don't know what you don't know. So, for example, one of the classic ways to demonstrate this is when it comes to learning how to drive a car. Now, when you're very, very young, you don't even know there's such a thing as driving a car. You might not even be aware of cars or that they're being driven. To you, this might seem like magic. So, you don't even know that you don't even know what you don't know. You don't know how to drive a car. You don't even know that you don't know how to drive a car. Now, it doesn't take long before you move to the next stage of learning, which is conscious incompetence. CI, conscious incompetence. That's a stage where you know what you don't know. So you don't know how to drive a car, but you're aware that there's this concept of driving. You see your parents drive, your friends, whoever. So but if we put you behind the wheel of a car, you'd crash it because you don't know what you're doing. That's conscious incompetence. The next level is CC. I have to apologize. My handwriting is bad enough when I am on a notebook in front of me, so this is really dicey. CC, conscious competence. This is when you actually learn how to drive a car. You know how to drive it, but you have to really think about it. So, you have to think about how you hold a steering wheel. If it's a manual transmission, you have to think about the clutch and then shifting gears, releasing the clutch, all that stuff. So you can do it, but you have to really be consciously aware of what you're doing as you do it. The 4th stage is UC. We're back to the U. And that's a C. Unconscious competence. You know how to do it, and you don't even have to think about it. For most of us who've been driving for a while, this is where we are with driving. We just get behind the wheel of a car, and we know how to do it so well that we don't even think about it. We just talk to our friends, do a radio, cell phone, all that distracting, dangerous stuff. But if I put you behind the wheel of a car, you can just do it without really thinking about it. It's automatic. And, and it's for different things. So, for example, if you only drive automatic transmissions, maybe you can drive a car without thinking about it. But if we stuck you behind a manual transmission, you'd have to think about it, or maybe you don't even know. So different stages of learning. We all start here. Now, what does this have to do with you and improv comedy and improvising with the dings of life? Well, here's the thing. This is the transition that allows an improviser to do it automatically on stage in the moment. If you've seen me perform improv, or if you've seen one of my presentations where I play Ding, or any one of those games, for a lot of things, I've been doing so long that a lot of those games are here in the unconscious competence level. I can get up and play Ding, and as soon as the bell rings, I just, boom, switch. But I started out here like everybody else. In fact, I started here. I started at conscious incompetence, which is, I went to see an improv comedy show in college. I saw them, so I didn't know how to do improv. I saw what they were doing, and I'm like, oh, that's like fun, but I didn't really know how to do it. Then I joined the improv group and went to conscious competence. That's when I started learning. So I could play a game like Ding, but I had to really think about it. And that's when it struggles. So this, conscious competence, this is the struggle stage. And it's the most important one for learning. My goal when I write a book or a blog post or a video like this or a presentation or a keynote is to move people from here to here. That's all I can do in a short period of time. They don't know how to improvise. They don't know how to think quickly. They don't know how to lower their stress. They don't know how to do any of that. The goal then is to teach them, get them to competence. Now, all I can do in that short period of time is get them to conscious competence where they can think about it, and give them reminders and whatnot. It then becomes your goal, incumbent on you, or if you are using me for a longer period of time, like for example, when I do the speaking school, which is 4 days of intense training, and that's, you can find info on that, thespeakingschool.com, thespeakingschool.com. We spend 4 days with people drilling them on this stuff. We help them in person make this transition to unconscious competence because we just drill it in over and over till it becomes automatic. Now, this is what you want to think about doing. If you want to perform improv comedy, or if you want to learn how to say yes and to the unexpected events in your life, think big picture, let go of what's stressing you, or just improvise with the unexpected things that happen, this is the transition you need to make. Chances are you're already at conscious competence. If not, go read my blog or buy my book or come to a workshop. I don't know. But for most people, they're unwilling to make this transition. This takes practice, it takes discipline. You have to constantly think about how to do it right until eventually it becomes unconscious. This is what all improvisers who become very good do. They go through this progression. This is what all people who learn anything do. So don't be disheartened if you're here, or even here. It's a natural progression, and you'll eventually get here if you're willing to put in the time and effort.